why don't you come a little closer and take a look? I got my Retro 98 PC here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the side panel here, and we're going to put some plastic. I'm thinking like this, maybe something like that, like there, or maybe, I don't know. I want to leave that, but what we're going to do, had some fluorescent lights back in the day, but they don't work anymore. So we're going to install some RGB light inside this tubing here. So we're going to be go ahead and put that in there, and we're going to hook that up. So it's going to kind of represent like my old PC used to be back in the day. So the case I had just not like the full plastic. It was actually a little bit. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to do that. And we're going to go ahead, and what we're going to do is go with, so I got the adapter SATA to IDE adapter, and then I got this micro SD card, which did work, and then all of a sudden it said drive C unreadable or whatever. I put in a new one, formatted it, and instead of 32 gig, it said it was only a 12 megabyte drive. So I actually have two of these card readers, and it just doesn't work anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it with a different micro SD card or something. I don't know, but I thought that would be kind of cool. But so we went ahead with just a solid state drive, SSD drive. So now what we're going to do is I got my Bluetooth transmitter here, medium range. It's 5.1. It has optical input, and it has USB power, optical input, coax input, and output. So we're going to modify this and make it a little more modern with a Bluetooth. And then I went out and got a wireless gaming. I already tried it and hooked it up to this, and it does work. But I got some RGB gaming headphones that are Bluetooth, capable of Bluetooth. And it sounds really good, and it actually works with this. And this, we'll just go ahead, and I don't have an optical digital optical cable, optical cable, or I would use that. But on my sound card, well, it does have the PCM digital out, but I don't have optical, or I would take the full digital, but I can do the analog. So I'll splice it in with my sound card out, and we'll hook it up here, and then I'll be able to game with some RGB when I game on my gaming channel. Keyboards, I got a wireless keyboard here too. All this was on Amazon, about roughly $40. No drivers. It totally works. Yeah, so I'm going to be modifying this, kind of looking like it used to be back in my day. I'm going to take you back to what happened when I was gaming and how I got this game.
Hold still, damn it.
The holidays was coming up, so was my birthday.
Christmas is here again.
I and my brother upgrade our computers together every few years and wanted to upgrade to a new computer. This was Windows Vista era. At this time, for a few years, I had good experience with Tiger Direct. So I was browsing. I found this one with a bigger power supply than I had at the time. It had an electric thermal cooler to cool the outside incoming air. Had a watt meter that was custom wired to the power supply to show you how many watts it was using. Once the computer was on for a few hours though, the electric thermal cooler wasn't able to keep up, and it would sound an alarm that was so annoying. At the time while I was doing this was going on.
Financial
market's history.
This
was a manic Monday in the
2008
financial
crash.
market. The Dow tumbled more than 500 points after two pillars of the street tumbled over the weekend. Lehman
With
Brothers
many of
almost
us at the time, I was laid off from my job 5 months later. That was the first time I was let go with a job. It did take a while to get another job. What I want to do is I want to be able to cut this out, but I want to put 4 screws here. All right, I found a ruler. There we go. We'll round the edges too. There we go. Oh, it's not straight down here. It's not straight. That's why I don't build houses. Not much of a carpenter. Ah, voila, I fixed it. Now I think I'm going to try to round these corners. Maybe. There we go. Well, now I know why it's built like a tank. This is some thick metal. No wonder why this thing is so heavy. It is really thick, solid metal. All right, so now what we have to do is replace it again. Well, this is going to take a while because now I'm down to the smaller ones. I ran out of my heavy duty cutoff wheels, and the standard ones, to get through that heavy thick metal, it just doesn't work. So we need to see what time it is so I can go buy some more. It's 1:45 in the morning. Looks like I can't go to the store now. Nothing like burning the midnight oil. I'll buy the whole set. So all these cables and stuff, I want to go ahead and hide those under there, the long floppy cable. I just went with this motherboard, Elite Group EMD. We have the CPU jumpers, for the overclocking on CPU frequencies. And so I'm going to move that to the CPU frequency of 133. And so the motherboard and then multiplier. So I'm going to try to figure that out maybe. We have to watch out for this BIA chipset because there's some flaws with that. And there's, so we got to do the sound card first and then the video card. However, I went with a PCI video card because I couldn't get the AGP to work with this VIA. So the PCI that I have video card, not PCI Express, PCI video card works. And then I went with 256 megabytes of PC 3200 gel. So I have a total of 512. My first SSD card, paid $200 for a 40 gig hard drive. And it's still fast in 2025. Then I went with my Sound Blaster Live 5.1 sound card, NVIDIA 6200 GeForce PCI, and with 256 video memory. And on the motherboard, my USB 2.0 don't seem to work right, so I just got an expansion card off Amazon, and it's just pretty much plug and play, and it works great. Ha ha ha, sweet. It actually shows up underneath it. That's actually gonna look pretty cool. But this bar, I don't know if I want to paint it or take it out. We're gonna go ahead and just put it here. And then this is for the wireless keyboard and mouse, which is fine. I'm a lot older, so the lag, I haven't had any issue. The two I bought, I actually bought two. The wireless keyboards that are no drivers needed, nothing, and it just works. And those cheaper ones just work in Windows 98 just fine. So, and I'm a lot older, so the lag doesn't matter as much. This is my Bluetooth transmitter and receiver. And this was about $20 on Amazon. And for older electronics, old audio equipment, and actually go ahead and use the transmitter and receiver and turn it into more modern. So that's what we're going to do here. And now this is going to go to my RGB headphones, so when I'm gaming and stuff like that, and it's just going to sit right on top. The power, though, is I'm going to go ahead and just plug it into one of these because I don't need all of these ports here, and I have a splitter here so that it can go to streaming when I stream because I'll be gaming. So now, just like that.
Power on.
That's searching.
Bluetooth connected.
Well, what I'm going to do here is go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and mount it just like that, and then I can hold my my headphones. And I'll still be able to slide this in and out if I need to. And there you have it. So I'm going to be going ahead and playing some games. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And I'm going to be playing some games. Also, check out my gaming channel.